Another day, another Trump scam. This from MSN. Trump continues asking for cash while dangling $2,000 checks. So, Trump just sent out an email to his supporters about a week ago, urging them to answer the question of if they would accept a Trump tariff check. Trump is continuing to send out fundraising emails built around his proposed tariff rebate checks, even though the idea has no legislative backing. The latest cash grab messages sent under his name urge supporters to answer a poll whether they would accept a $2,000 rebate check signed by him. And here you can see a picture of the email. I've got a $2,000 question for you from President Trump. One email includes what appears to be an AI-generated photo of Trump holding cash, while both use urgent midnight headlines to push recipients to engage. The solicitations come despite Trump himself acknowledging that the checks are in legal limbo, dependent on a pending Supreme Court ruling on his tariff authority. And here's a screenshot of another one of the emails. This has the Trump Vance banner at the top. Chris, this is the $2,000 question. Response needed from Chris, deadline 11:59 p.m. tonight. Would you take a tariff rebate check signed by yours truly? Respond immediately. And then there's a button to click there. With no congressional approval and no legal mechanism to distribute rebate payments, the email functioned primarily as a fundraising tool, blurring the line between political messaging and policy promises. Trump is willing to dangle the checks as Americans struggle. These same people are prompted to donate to Trump to show support for the checks. And here's the AI-generated picture of Trump holding up these dollar bills. This is the only tariff rebate email authorized by President Trump. The email reads, Chris, would you accept a tariff rebate check signed by Trump? And again, the urgency of deadline midnight, make sure you answer now. Then, of course, once the user clicks to answer, they're prompted to then donate to Trump or the PAC that's basically going to funnel the money straight to Trump anyway. Mike, if it's not a Bible or a watch or a shoe, it's a fundraising email. What do you make of the latest Trump scam?
Definitely is the latest scam. Email scams are nothing new for this administration. First things that come to mind right off the bat is the Steve Bannon We Build the Wall email scam, where that was just at the end of Trump's first term, where Steve Bannon was pushing this email campaign that pretty much asked Trump's donor base to submit donations in order to build the wall, but nothing ever came of it. And he pocketed all of the money. He actually pled guilty to fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering just before getting pardoned by Trump. I believe that was like one of the last things he did as president during his first term was pardon Steve Bannon. On top of that, you've also got the official election defense fund email. This was something carried out by the Trump team where they raised like $250 million to secure the elections and to fund this actual election defense fund. But the problem is that fund didn't exist. So, the money was just going straight to Trump. And there's definitely some other ones in there as well. I remember a very scammy email that was going around that had to do with endorsing Republican candidates, where the email was worded in a way that it looks like you were donating to the candidate, but then when you actually follow through, there's like very fine print that mentions it goes straight to Trump's legal defenses during the whole, Stop the Steal campaign that they ran. So definitely shady behavior, nothing new here. And the problem with this tariff stuff is this also opens the door for legitimate scammers. I was reading an article from a local Fox affiliate in Philadelphia earlier that was warning about scammers impersonating the IRS and pretty much sending out emails and things like that, contacting people and saying like, hey, if you give us your information, we can get that tariff dividend to you. So, this, like you said, whether it's the Bible, whether it's, the shoes, the crypto, even the crypto scams, I'm not too big on crypto, but I know that his crypto coin was like a big scam in and of itself as well. And this is just the latest chapter.
Yeah, and I think the other sad thing about these email scams is they really do target the most, I would say, probably ill-informed or most ignorant of the base, because a lot of the times what ends up happening is sometimes people think they're making a one-time donation to, say, the Trump campaign, but if you look at the fine print again, or you look at the checkbox through these forms, they end up signing up for a recurring payment that takes money out of their accounts every single month, and they don't even know it. They don't realize it. And then at the end of the day, the end of the year, they realize like, oh, where did all my money go? Oh shit, I sent it all to Trump. Oops. And that's just one of the unfortunate side effects of this whole election campaign fundraising stuff. But it seems to be one of the great hits because he keeps coming back to it. This seems to be one of the ones that probably makes him the most money, which is why we see these emails pretty much all the time. Like every other month, there's a new one being sent out. And yeah, it's just sad to see, siphoning money from people who just want to elect you so you can make the country better for them. And you're just pocketing their change and ruining the country along with it.
Right. Plus, on top of that, you also have to keep in mind that this email targets specifically his supporters. So what does that mean then? If you're not a Trump supporter, you don't deserve a tariff dividend. Like, non-Trump supporters pay their taxes all the same. So what does that mean? Like they're supposed to pay and subsidize the right. Like it makes no sense no matter which way you slice it.
Yeah, that's the extra disheartening thing about this email. It's like he's targeting his base and misleading them into thinking like you deserve a tariff rebate. And well, one, that excludes all the other Americans, of which it's the majority. The majority of people did not vote for Trump. And it's also just that disingenuous thing of like leeching off your base, leeching off the people that are supposed to be the ones that support you. And you're just taking advantage of that support for your own gain. It's just sad and sickening to see. And, I hope maybe one day we can get some reforms or laws put in to kind of limit this stuff because it's sickening.